All right, welcome in everybody. This is my first reaction video, and pretty much the first video I'm going to be putting up on YouTube. I'm going to gauge, see how it goes, see how people like it, don't like it, see if it hits even anything in the algorithm, see if anybody even watches it. I have posted some shorts that nobody's really watched, but I can't blame them. I wouldn't watch them myself. But anyway, today we're going to go over the Fat Electrician video. It's a shorter one of his videos, one of his older ones from TikToks about the Sky Warden and how he thinks is better than the A10 Warthog. Now, I will tell you, I've watched probably, I think, just about every Fat Electrician video on his channel. I love the man. I will be putting his link in description. Please go show him love. Let's get on with the video and see how everything goes from here.
Today we're talking about my new favorite plane. Yeah, it actually beat out the A10 Warthog. Which is impressive because the A10 is literally just a gun with wings.
Which it really is. I mean, it has a 30mm cannon. The last I heard, actually, they're in development of making a new version of it because the military's trying to get rid of the A10 Warthog because it's so outdated. But, you know, it's typical military. Something works, it's very well, the troops love it, they're going to get rid of it. So, let's continue on.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my privilege to present to you the Sky Warden. Yeah, that is an up-armored crop duster with rocket launchers on it. It looks like somebody maxed out the starter item in a video game. It's actually an Air Tractor 802 if you wanted to get technical. Uncle Sam just ordered 75 of them to the tune of $3 billion. Alright, so what does a $40 million crop duster get you? Well, it's got bulletproof windows, a heavily armored cab and engine compartment, self-healing fuel lines, the ability to jettison all of its fuel if need be, reinforced landing gear allowing you to land virtually anywhere, and it is absolutely packed with ISR equipment. ISR is an acronym which stands for Intelligence, Surveillance, and Reconnaissance, basically making this a spy plane.
So they literally built basically a hot rod, because I bet you this thing's gonna be super fast. I mean, it's not heavily armed because it probably can't carry a lot of weight, to be honest, but it does look very teched out. I mean, it's quite spectacular what they can do with something really stupid. It really looks like something you would see in like GTA or something off of those lines. Really, really interesting. Let's see what else he has to say.
I mean, just look at the inside of this phallic excavation. Wait, I mean prick indentation. No, cockpit. Sorry. Despite its reconnaissance.
His jokes are always so on point. If you haven't watched The Fat Electrician, I can't stress you enough to go watch this man. He is so funny.
Capabilities, it's also capable of carrying a 6,000-pound payload. And while the loadouts may vary, the standard payload is currently set to be 14 APKWS laser-guided Hydra rockets. Yes, these are the same ones we already talked about in the vampire video. I'm trying to tell you it's basically an acoustic version of an F-22. But that still raises a question, why do we need an acoustic F-22? This is primarily going to end up being used by special forces. The advantages to that are it can land virtually anywhere, and it actually has a 6-hour loiter time. So if there's a special operation going on, the Sky Warden can just do donuts around the potential battlefield for up to 6 hours, providing valuable intel through its ISR equipment, or yeeting the spicy toothpicks at people if necessary. To put that loiter time into perspective, the A10 Warthog, probably the most used ground attack plane in the last 3 decades, only has a loiter time of 1.5 hours. And the Sky Warden is also unimaginably cheap compared to literally anything else.
Well, yeah, it's cheaper because it's smaller, which is understandable. The loader time, that's ridiculous. 6 hours? Wow. But, like, how safe are the pilots? I mean, I bet you it doesn't have much of a cross signature on the radar. I mean, no worse than like a drone because it's probably about the same size, maybe a little smaller. It's interesting.
For example, with the A10 again, the A10 is also considered very cheap, and for every hour the A10 is in the air, there's $20,000 in maintenance to be done. Compare that to the Sky Warden, which is less than $1,000 per flight hour. I'm trying to tell you the aerial ass whoopings do not get any cheaper than this right here. So why?
Which is never gonna fly. If anybody knows anything about the military, just because it's cheap doesn't mean it's, and if it works, it's not gonna work. If you know what I mean. It's just not, it's not feasible. The military don't care about spending money. I mean, come on, they spend billions of dollars in taxpayers' money all the time making stuff.
Why do I like it more than the A10? Because it's a fucking crop duster, that's why. You understand the level of disrespect that goes with that? The amount of psychological harm to the enemy. Nobody wants to be the guy getting murked by a plane with a propeller in 2022. Like, if you wake up dead and you gotta explain to all your buddies in the afterlife you got taken out by an A10 Warthog, that's respectable. You tell them you got taken out by a crop duster, they're gonna talk shit for the rest of eternity. Hey guys, you hear that Groot over here got taken out by the fucking Wright brothers? In conclusion, it is my official prediction that this airplane will become one of the most feared and beloved aircrafts in the American arsenal. Similar to the Killer Egg, which at the end of the day is just a sightseeing helicopter that we covered in guns. Because at the end of the day, keeping it simple just works. I don't know what else to tell you. Thanks for watching.
I'll tell you, the man is great, and you gotta love him because he does exactly what you want to do. He tells a great story, he tells jokes and makes it funny, but he has a ton of information because he reads about a lot of the stuff that he's talking about. You got to appreciate that in somebody. Speaks really fast, you have to pay attention, I will say that. But usually at the end of his little skits, he has something pretty funny to say or something going on, bloopers or something. So let's see what he does.
I hope you enjoyed it. Best way to support the channel is go buy some merch at thefatelectrician.com. Quack bang out.
Well, I guess he didn't do anything at the end of this video. Maybe it's a little too old. But that's it. It's me testing the waters and a little bit of a reaction channel. I'll probably do 2 or 3 of these, maybe 4. I might do 1 or 2 more of the Fat Electrician. I might end up getting into maybe Call Me Chris. She has a couple of things you could probably react to. Like, I know she has some thirst traps, which I think it would be something else pretty funny to react to. But now I got to edit this thing and listen to myself. Never a good thing when you're a creator. I don't think there's anybody out there that likes listening to himself as a creator. But until the next time, you guys have a great night, day, morning, whatever you're listening to this at. Catch you in the next one.